Howdy boys and girls, today I'm going to bring you Power Blade, a fun NES platformer. I'm also going to give kind of a general overview of how 2019 was and how 2020 I think will be going forward for retro collecting. So I guess bear with me here and we will get through some Power Blade. I'm going to go normal mode. I have beaten this before, but it's been a little bit and I don't exactly remember everything that you have to do. So it's kind of like Mega Man. You have your 6 stages and you just kind of collect where to, or you can start anywhere. You don't get any power-ups for beating missions, so I forgot how to. Oh, okay, there we go. Whatever. Sad. If you don't know, NES had all these great platformers on it. Oops. Ugh. Playing like shit, but whatever. Yeah, Power Blade's another one of those that you don't hear about too much because it wasn't a very popular game. It did have coverage in Nintendo Power. However, it's not a game that was... I don't know if it was very widely released. It's uncommon. It's not a rare game. You will find this if you go to like retro conventions. You'll find copies of Power Blade there. Just really not many of them. And then for anyone that knows NES collecting, Power Blade 2 is a very hard to find game. And it's very expensive. I've never played Power Blade 2, but honestly I really want to because I'm a big fan of Power Blade 1. But finding a copy, as I've said, is a pain in the ass. And I'm just farming for health right now. I'm actually getting my ass kicked, but there's a burger. Yeah, Power Blade does have a pretty kick-ass soundtrack. I am down with basically any NES game that has good sound. Ooh, shit. And Power Blade does not disappoint. So, one thing you have to know is that... Oh, shit. I gotta get some hamburgers here. Every level of Power Blade has like a scientist or some kind of guy that you have to find. Like there he is. Jeez, get my ass kicked. So you have to talk to him basically before you can beat the level. Check this out. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, you have to get an ID card in order to basically get anywhere. At some point I need a hamburger. Oops. Oh, it's not good. I really don't want to die this early. Whoa. Oh, son of a bitch. They actually shot at me. I just have to wait for him. There we go. Oh. Okay, that was a little trippy. So like I said, you can farm. It's not too bad if you die. So yeah, as far as retro collecting goes, so that's one of the things that I wanted to cover is kind of where are we now and what do I think is going to happen heading forward here. So there's a lot of things that changed in the retro collecting scene throughout the entire year. And it started really late 2018 and really lingered into... Ooh, nice hamburger drop. Really lingered into 2019. And some of those things, I'll just go through console by console. Nintendo collecting, at least in my area, has almost completely died off in a way. I mean, you can still sell NES sets, but there's not a ton for sale. It's getting hard to find them. Ooh, here we go. Oh, you bitch. Oh, I already lost my armor. Sucks. Alright, so we're back. So yeah, as far as NES goes, like I've said, it has not died off to casual people, but as far as collectors go, it is, in my eyes, seen a drastic decrease around here. So for example, I can always get rid of an NES set that has the 3 Mario games in it. I cannot get rid of NES sets that don't. Like, it's hard. You can eventually get rid of them, but it's nowhere near as popular as it was a couple years ago. So, like, for example, everyone only wants them for super cheap now. Like, no one's really paying much for them. But you gotta make some money on it. So, your $100 lots that used to be easy sells are now a lot harder. I mean, stuff isn't, like, just flying off the shelf anymore. Nintendo consoles themselves are only worth about $50 now. I mean, and you can make some more money off of it, but, I mean, your general value is kind of plummeted. So I used to be able to get $60 for them not more than like a year ago. Now, like, I struggle to get rid of them, so I don't pay as much for them anymore. But that's one thing I've just seen. Games like Zelda, Castlevania, Punch-Out, you know, games like that, Contra's a big one. So a couple years ago, Contra was damn near $50. It was horribly expensive. Oh shit. Ugh. Killed him. But yeah, Contra is really getting up there in price. Now, I mean, you can barely get rid of Contra for $20. That's just one example. The Mario games, like Mario 2 for a while was damn near $20, Mario 3 $15, and Mario 1 $7, something like that. You know, now they've all dipped quite a bit. Oops, how do I do this? I'm gonna go 2. So it's just a lot less easy to get rid of stuff. So NES values, they kind of coincide. I mean, you're gonna see this a lot with Super Nintendo too. They coincide with the release of the NES and Super Nintendo Classic systems. Drastically decreased since those came out. A lot of your casual collectors or your wannabe collectors really disappeared after those sets came out. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I mean, they're gone. And they're not coming back, so... Oops, how do I kill this guy again? There we go. So I'm not sure if I'm going the right way, I'm just hoping I do. But yeah, so NES stuff has died. Oh jeez. Super Nintendo has taken probably the largest dip I've seen out of anything. I mean, Super Nintendo collecting is like dead. At least in this area. So like, for example, a Super Nintendo, just a console alone, I used to be able to pretty easily get $60 with the console, power supply, hookups, and a controller. Pretty easy $60. Nowadays, like, I have a hard time giving them away, honestly. Like, I could have Super Nintendo sets that just have the best shit ever with them. I can barely get rid of the damn things. Games for Super Nintendo have completely fell off the cliff. Your Mario World, for example, was going for fucking easily $20-25 about a couple years ago. Mario World is like it's scraping $10 right now. Now, for local people, I'm still able to usually get around $15 for it, but, I mean, that's fucking nothing compared to what it was. And it doesn't sell systems as easy anymore either. Like, that's kind of the big problem is, I used to be able to sell a Super Nintendo with Mario World for easily a good $70. And that was always kind of a sweet spot, because you'd buy a Super Nintendo bundle for somewhere between $50 to $75, and it would come with, let's say, like Mario World and Donkey Kong Country and a couple other games. You know, maybe a couple of the Donkey Kong Country games, Mario All-Stars, shit like that. But now it's like, oh shit. But now it's almost worth not picking those up. So I used to be able to be like nickel and dime Super Nintendo sets. You buy them for $70, and you'd sell them for, let's say, 125. You used to be able to nickel and dime your way to a profit and a collection, which was great. What the fuck? What's the point of this? Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm going the wrong way. Go back this way. But unfortunately, now that's just not the case. So, Super Nintendo shit's dived? But it's gone down so significantly that like, I don't pay jack shit for Super Nintendos anymore because I can't make a fucking dollar on them. So what's the point, you know? I barely even buy Super Nintendo lots unless they're so good I can't not buy it. I bought a Super Nintendo lot that came with like all 3 Donkey Kong Country games, Zelda, both Mario games, and like Yoshi's Island for $100. I mean that's like how big some of it's dipping recently. Shit, how am I gonna do this? But, you know, selling that, I can no longer get easily $20 out of Donkey Kong Country. Just doesn't exist anymore. I used to be able to do that no problem. Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, Zelda was fucking easily $35. You know, and this is not that long ago. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I just hope I am. I only have 1 life, so this is really blue ass if I died here. Oh, shit. And there's some jumps to make in this game. But yeah, so Super Nintendo has slowly been completely dying since the classics came out. Shit, I'm gonna die to this guy, aren't I? Holy fuck, I beat him. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna eat to death, I think, at the end of the stage here. Okay, as far as Super Nintendo goes, it's dead. And then one thing I will say is, just because a system is quote-unquote dead and it's hard to resell doesn't mean that it means like the rare games for those systems are worthless. In fact, like, I don't want to say that's the obvious, that's the opposite. Rare games haven't really gone up or down in value much at all in the last couple years. So if you still have like your rare games, they're not going to go down. They really haven't. Like some of the rare games that... How do I say this? Some of the games that aren't rare that people think are rare have gone down a little bit because the casual audience is kind of slowly getting out of it. And what I say is like your Conker's Bad Fur Days. Stuff like that. And there's a lot of rare games that are rare that people just don't actually want. Whoops. Like your lesser known rare games that are just like garbage. I mean, those, it's eBay or nothing with those, and you used to be able to sell that shit locally. Now it's hard to get rid of rare stuff, and it has been for a little while. I hope the guy is this area. I think I can just get up there. So yeah, if you're still hoarding copies of like rare Super Nintendo games, it's not like they're worthless just because Super Nintendo in general is like dead for collecting. It's just like the fact that everyone who wanted to get into Super Nintendo collecting kind of did a while ago, and they've already had the games that they wanted a while ago, and there's just not enough new people getting into it that the interest is still there. The interest is basically dead. You'll still get rid of stuff. It's just way slower. So yeah, all your common games, basically any game that was on the Super Nintendo Classic, other than like Earthbound, has basically just died in value. Completely died. Yoshi's Island's like barely scraping $20. You know, that was damn near a $40 game for a while. Like I said, Zelda's fucking damn near dead. Oh shit. There we go. Not sure where to go. Try this way. It's kind of the way of no return. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hamburger. But, you know, how I say that everything is dead. Well, not everything. Okay, so I'll preface this with there's still some systems that are selling excruciatingly well. These are the systems that I pick up basically no matter what. And those would be Nintendo 64. I can always get rid of 64 and 64 games. It is so easy, it's not even funny. So if I ever find that stuff for cheap, I'm buying it. Just straight up, I'm just, who gives a shit? I will buy it. And I really hope to find some health here. Yeah, 64 is the console that people are gravitating to now. They're getting into it. It's very competitive to buy. If there's ever a good 64 set listed, you can guarantee that a shit ton of people are looking at it and trying to buy it. Very easy to get rid of. 64 is, it's just going up and up and up. Wow, I have like no health for this. This is really bad. And I have no lives. This could suck. Alright, I forgot this boss is easy as shit, so. There we go. I don't think there's a second part. Oh no, there is? No. So yeah, the items that people want for 64 is everything you think of. I'd say the number one system seller for me is probably GoldenEye. If I ever get a copy of GoldenEye, it's like coveted. I know I'm going to sell a system if I have that game. The second game would be Mario Kart. I would say is the second most popular game right now in 64. Surprisingly, Mario World, not so much. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Smash Bros. Is a big one. Everyone wants Smash Bros. Ooh. Mario Party's very popular as well. Basically anything with Mario in it is really popular. I'm not saying like Mario 64 is not a system seller at all, because it definitely is. It's just not as much as like GoldenEye is. GoldenEye is so popular right now. Not sure which way I'm supposed to go. Oh, there's the... okay. Yes! Where's my guy with the ID card? That didn't work. This is definitely a game that you can look up in Nintendo Power. Oh, there's a dude. Sweet. I've been just lucky. I'm choosing all the right locations here. Can I go back and just go in that door? I might. I don't know. Let's see. Or no. Oh no, I can't get up there. So at 64, I can even sell controllers for 64. Like, I can't sell them at all for other Nintendo consoles. I haven't gotten a request for, like, a Super Nintendo controller, but that's about it. I mean, NES controllers are more worthless than you'd think at the moment, unfortunately. $64 controllers I can usually get rid of for 15 bucks without much of a problem, which is nice. So that's just another reason, if I see a 64 that has like some games and, you know, more than one controller, I'm actually usually pretty excited for that. So that at least means I'm getting rid of some shit. Oops, and hit. So I think I can go back down this way. Ooh. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Shit, really dumb. Oh, wait, what? I didn't get it? Wait, was that the start? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. My bad. I thought that was the end of the level. Whoops. I fucked up so bad. Okay. Whoops. It's been a little bit. Got disorientated there. It's all good. Right, so yeah, just to recap, regular Nintendo is just about dead for anything that's not named Mario 1, 2, or 3. Basically. I'm not even lying, it's bad. I mean, like, it's hard to get rid of loose singles. And that's what I always have. Like, right now I have probably like 50 loose NES games, and they're just not the easiest things to get rid of. When a couple years ago, like a year or two ago, they were so easy. It's just not the case anymore. It's not what it was. It's not that popular. Let's see what's up here. Oh. Okay, brah. Which way am I going here? Yeah. What else? What's common? PlayStation 1 is... I mean, it hasn't been popular in a very long time. It's not, in my opinion, gaining popularity at all. PlayStation 2, not much different. Like, I never buy PS2 stuff unless there's some games I absolutely want in there. It's very hard to get rid of the systems. A lot of the systems are actually, like, failing too. Like, they're not... The lasers generally go to shit. GameCube, surprisingly, has... It's been okay. It's been okay. GameCube games are actually kind of going up in price. Well, the consoles themselves are not so much. The controllers are almost worth as much as the fucking consoles are now. So when I look for GameCubes, I'm generally just looking for more controllers, honestly. Like, Wavebirds are always expensive. And what sucks is I just got a GameCube bundle not too long ago that had 3 Wavebirds included, but like 2 of them were fucked up. So I had to Frankenstein like one really nice Wavebird controller out of them, which kind of sucks. I mean, but I mean, it was still worth it. It was just less worth it, which is always sad. But what are you gonna do, brother? But yeah, GameCube games, I've actually had a lot of luck selling extra good, decent GameCube games off. The only thing, what's funny, Smash Bros. Surprisingly, like the one fucking game I can't sell. I don't know why. It's barely scraping $40 complete now. When even last year it was like a $50, $60 game complete. And now it's like, dude, you can't even get rid of it for $40. Which I find hilarious, but whatever. But all your other staples for GameCube are still expensive. Double Dash, Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine. I mean, all that stuff. People are still looking for it. GameCube's popular. It's not as popular as 64. It is going to take longer to get rid of your shit. But that doesn't mean that it's unpopular. It's not... Honestly, I would rather have probably GameCube stuff over Super Nintendo at the moment. Actually, probably over Nintendo. Super Nintendo, at least you can get some interest in. It's just people don't want to spend that much, and I don't really blame them, but... Like, for instance, I'm not going to sell copies of Mario World for less than 15 bucks. I'm just not going to do it. However, that's, you know, basically what it's worth. Sweet. So I do have grenades. Who's? Yeah, whatever. What are some other systems? Dreamcast is about as low as I think it's ever been. I had a Dreamcast console for sale for $40 for like 2 months before I even had any interest. And it worked okay. It came with a controller and all the hookups and shit, but absolutely no one gave a shit about it. Very hard to get rid of them. The games, you know, if you have a bundle of games, I'm sure you could sell it for something, but selling individual GameCube games gets you nowhere compared to what it was not that long ago. Like, people are just not interested. I don't know. It's one of those things where you always have more nostalgia factor for Nintendo consoles. For anything not Nintendo, it's just a different world out there. Oh shit. Point in case, Sega Genesis is, but Sega's always kind of been this way, where it's never been extremely popular, especially compared to, let's say, Super Nintendo or Nintendo. Its resale value has never been that great, although individual rare Sega games are getting very expensive compared to what they were a year or two ago. Your Castlevania Bloodlines, you know, stuff like that, which is, honestly, that's not even a rare game. I've had several loose copies that I just get from people selling off Sega sets. I have no idea why it keeps climbing in price. I mean, it's a great game. It's one of my favorite Castlevania games of all time. Like, I love it, but why is it like $140 complete? That to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because it's not rare. It's really not. I mean, so I don't really know which way to go. I'm hoping. Oh shit! This is the power blade. Yeah, it took one hit. Yeah, as far as like common Sega stuff goes, that's basically dead. It's really hard for me to get rid of Sega consoles right now, even if you load it full of like Sonic games. It's just like the interest I just see is like just not there anymore. I can still sell Segas, I just have to like load it full of shit in order for anyone to really care. But luckily, Sega Genesis consoles, they're always really cheap. So when I buy it, I generally make a good profit from it because I get it for so cheap. Unlike Nintendo, Super Nintendo, where I have to pay a little bit more, and like Nintendo 64, usually I have to pay the most for. Oh wow, got lucky in that one. A noob. But yeah, Sega stuff, like, honestly, I usually get Sega sets, like, entire bundles of Sega shit for, like, 30 bucks. They'll come with a Genesis. Oh no, that's fine. They'll come with a Genesis and, like, 10 box games for 30 bucks. Like, that's not uncommon for me. They're generally at least less than 100. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go this way. The fuck? And now I'm just getting confused. What am I doing here? What am I doing wrong? Here's the guy. So I gotta go up that ladder. How do I get up there? Okay, so I have to go up that ladder. How do I get to that ladder? Right there. How do I get up there? Ah, fuck. How the... what? Huh? Shit, I forgot how I do this. Do I have to get back up there? Perhaps? Whoa. So as far as Sega singles go, it's still really hard to sell them off. Even if I have, like for example, right now I have a copy of Gunstar Heroes with the box, no manual. I posted for 70 bucks. Box is in really good condition. Like I haven't gotten a single person even reach out being interested in it. So I mean that's like, Sega stuff is nice because you can buy it for cheap. It's really easy to collect because of that. However, as far as like resale value goes, it's still low. Or you have to use eBay, I think, a lot more with Sega Genesis. Whereas with Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, like you don't really have to eBay too much because people will buy that shit. But yeah, as far as Sega goes, it's so much easier just to eBay it. You're just not going to get your value unless you do. So like Streets of Rage 2 is for some reason an expensive game nowadays. I have no idea because it's not like it was ever rare or hard to find, but I think a complete copy that's like going for like 40 to 50 bucks right now. Oh shit, this isn't even like the way I wanted to go. Fuck. Huh. Oh, okay, I can keep going this way. I was like puzzled there for a second. So it must be this way. But yeah, this Genesis is primarily way easier to get rid of on eBay than it is in person. And that's fine. I mean, I'm not a big proponent of eBay because shipping has gotten so fucking expensive recently. Like, it honestly has costed me about $4.50 to send out a Nintendo 64 game. $4.50. Most Nintendo 64 games, you know, like the cheap ones don't go for that much. And it's hard to get people to pay shipping on eBay too. So that's just one of the reasons I'd rather sell shit locally if given the chance. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? If you can't sell it locally, then you kind of are forced to use eBay and there's not really a way around it. I recently started shipping stuff, so I sell a lot of stuff on like the Facebook Marketplace. Oh, oops. And on there, for some reason, the Marketplace changed their shit, so I get a lot more people that are out of town wanting to buy stuff. I don't know why. I think these search functions in the Marketplace got tweaked a little bit, so people are now actively looking for shit well outside of the range. And I don't put that I ship anything on there. However, people just kind of assume that you do, which kind of sucks. But it's gotten okay recently. It's gotten okay. I've been getting more of the prices that I want by doing that. The problem is just shipping, which I hate dealing with that if I don't have to, but if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. It does make things a little bit easier, I guess. You just have to use PayPal though. trying to think, what are the other consoles I haven't covered? Sector 6. I guess what are some other trends I've seen? Oh, I still have my armor. Cool. I've seen a lot more TurboGrafx than usual lately. Oh yeah. This guy like takes forever to get to from what I remember. And I've actually seen about 4 TurboGrafx 16s for sale this year alone. And surprisingly, before this year, I saw like 1 in probably 3 years before this one. I've seen several this year alone. They haven't been cheap, mind you, but they haven't been horribly out of price either. They're, you know, $100 to $150, which is a fine price for a turbo with all the hookups and a controller or 2. Oops. Ugh. Cool. That was a quick find. So yeah, a lot more TurboGrafx stuff. I have had 2 Jaguars in the last year, and I had never seen an Atari Jaguar for sale until this year, so that was kind of cool. I've always wanted one. Now I've had 2 with a decent pile of games for pretty damn cheap. I actually made money off of the Jaguar stuff and got to keep, you know, most of it, which is always super nice. Oh no. Oh my god. What? Yo, you fucker. Let's see if the person's still down here. Cheap asshole game. Alright. Fuck it. I'm gonna call that a death warp. Okay. Some speedrunning tips right there. I need to get some power-ups. Let's see what I can do here. Sega CD, I have not seen much of it this year. I've had probably 1. Otherwise, I haven't seen them pop up much at all recently. And honestly, with the kind of expansion of new Sega things out there, like the Mega SG, the Analog NT, and stuff like that, which I think the NT's already jailbroken as far as I know, for Sega. I know it always was for Super and the NES one. But with stuff like that, honestly, I find it hard to ever justify the need for a Sega CD. Like, honestly, I wouldn't ever buy one nowadays. You just buy the SG. Because Sega CDs, I mean, they've gotten expensive. They're, you know, at minimum, I'd say $100 for a working one right now. And I think at max, they're about $150. Which, if the Mega SG is about $200, and you can play CD games on it, probably the thing to do. And you know what? Your casual fan isn't looking for a Sega CD. They probably already know the SG is out there. I mean, they follow things more closely than a mom that just wants to play a Nintendo with 3 Mario games, you know, growing up, and the Zapper gun and shit like that. And so, I don't think I need more power-ups. Should be alright. So that stuff I don't see a value in actually buying anymore, and I haven't seen a lot of them for sale. So it's not like people are selling or eating them up right now. It's just kind of it's been dead as far as that goes, and that's fine. I mean, some things are just gonna sell or die off, and there's not really much you can do about it. Just things get more or less popular, and you know, whatever as time goes on. I forgot what that does. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the hell the thing does. I should probably look that up. Extra life? No. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. What else? I still haven't seen a Neo Geo for sale ever locally. But the moment I do, I will buy the damn thing, I'm sure. Wii stuff, still pretty much dead. You can still find Wii's pretty often for 20 bucks, 20 to 40 bucks, depending on how many games are with it. And the games are still pretty fucking dirt cheap for the most part. I mean, there's a handful out of the 1,300 plus Wii games that came out that are worth anything. And that's like Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem. No, I don't know, and maybe some of the Mario parties. But other than that, the casual fans don't give a flying fuck about Wii. You can usually just sell it off to some grandma that just wants to play Wii Sports still. And that's honestly like all they're for nowadays. Like, there are just some systems that will probably never be worth anything, and Wii's just one of them, so I wouldn't expect to ever see like a big increase in price. One thing I've seen, okay, Wii U completely has died off in 2019. Like, if you remember, I think it was earlier mid last year when they finally stopped producing anything with Wii U. Maybe it was a little bit before that, but wow, that almost went really shitty. But yeah, Wii U systems are nowhere near as much as they were going for. The demand, I haven't seen a lot still there. There haven't been a ton of them for sale, but when I do see them, they're generally pretty cheap. And honestly, I think they should stay that way because honestly, so the Switch has just gotten stronger over the last year, like way stronger. And the Switch has what I would call most of the Wii U games remade on them. And they're better. And they're on a better console. Like, the Wii U, in my opinion, still sucks ass. Like, I hate the honkin' touchpad. Like, I have one. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I never bought one, but like, that tablet thing is so big. It's kind of clunky. It's okay, but the interaction between that and the system doesn't do that much. You know, I think the Wii U is... People are going to call it... And we're ready to crown it the next Virtual Boy, where it's just going to be worth a ton of money because it is better than what people remembered. And honestly, I just don't think that that's accurate. Like, the Wii U, I think, is exactly how people remember it, as a not that good system. Like, yeah, it's sold bad. There's not billions of them out there, but there shouldn't be, because it just wasn't that great of a system. Ooh, here we go. And if you're a Wii U fanboy and you want to tear my asshole apart because I'm saying the Wii U kind of sucked ass, like, that's fine. But be real about it, the Wii U kind of sucked ass. Especially, it sucks more because all these Switch games came out. Like, they remade Donkey Kong, they have a better version of Smash. What did they remake for it? Honestly, I'm having a hard time thinking. Like, they did the Mario Maker. Is there any Wii U exclusive that's still worth owning a Wii U for? I can't think of any. Out the top of my head, I can't think of any. Like, why you'd need to own a Wii U. Now, a lot of people say, and I haven't gotten into this, but a lot of people say that you can mod the Wii U and it was awesome. And like, you know, that's fine. That actually sounds great, like on the little tablet system. That sounds awesome. So if that's why the Wii U is great, then, you know, I'm not going to argue with that. You're probably right. But as far as like a real consumer system, the Wii U is average as fuck. Average as fuck to probably really bad. don't even know why I'm attacking this guy. I don't need to. Ugh. Oh, this shit. Oh, this game. Oh, it's like reverse Mega Man, you son of a bitch. Damn it. It's trolly as fuck. Shit. So it's kind of like Dracula from Castlevania. Just had to jump at the right time. There we go. Okay, so for the longest time I totally forgot that I had those. Those are actually E-tanks I was picking up. I completely forgot. There we go. So that's Power Blade 1, just a little bit more. So what I kind of expect for 2020, I expect more Nintendo 64 to be just as popular as ever. I don't really expect anything else to break in. It would be nice to see Nintendo and Super Nintendo kind of go up a little bit. I still don't expect Sega Genesis to be all that popular. I don't expect PlayStation 2 to go up at all, or PS1 really. PS1 maybe, that's always kind of a speculative thing. But going forward, I think Nintendo 64, and maybe we'll finally see the rise of GameCube. Like I said, GameCube prices are already, like for the games, they're going up considerably high, so your time to buy them for cheap was honestly probably like 5 years ago, so I don't think they're going to go much higher, but you never know. As far as everything else goes, I think it'll basically stay the same. Dreamcast I don't see going up at all. Sega Saturn, if anything, will probably go down a little bit because that's kind of at its peak right now. But the bubble is basically already burst for Nintendo and Super Nintendo, so if you're looking to start buying those games or systems, now's the perfect time. It's not going to get any cheaper. It really can't. But otherwise, that's what I expect going forward. Definitely see the rise of Nintendo 64. As far as Power Blade goes, it's actually a wonderful platformer. It's kind of expensive. I think it's somewhere between $30 to $50. I haven't looked it up in quite a while. But if you can get your hands on it, I'd love to play this on expert mode sometime. But it's a fun game. It's a really fun game, good graphics, solid all around. I would definitely recommend a playthrough. I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's pretty damn fun. So go ahead and play it. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a good 2020. See ya.